Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. I got my man Aubrey Taylor in the building with me. And you know who I am, the legendary one, the 5-star general. Say tonight, man, we're going to peel the layers back on the onion. And we're going to talk about the Texas Democratic, whatever they call, the coalition. They corrupt anyway. So we're going to talk about it tonight. Y'all sit back, man. Let's get into it. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune in. You know, without you guys, we would not have a show. So the first thing I want to do, we're supposed to have some other guests on the show tonight. Something came up. They could not be here, but that's okay because my man Aubrey Taylor going to be in the building with me, and we're going to talk about a few things tonight. I want to start it off with saying that some of you want to be black leaders. You really get on my nerve. You get on my nerve with your attitudes, with the way you handle yourself, with somebody done told y'all that y'all important. And I'm not talking about black leaders all over the world. We don't want to, talk about good people in Minnesota or Louisiana or anywhere. We talking about Harris County. Some of y'all need to really sit down somewhere and give yourself a class on etiquette. Because I'm being honest, man. Some of y'all ain't got the sense God gave you. And I'm going to be honest with you. Aubrey's a nice guy. He's really a nice guy. I'm not. I'm just letting you know I'm not. So if you bark up this tree, then you're going to get what you're looking for over here. So I'm just letting you know. Because ain't none of y'all got enough smoke to deal with me. And I recommend that if you decide you want to, why don't you take a visit over to the turkey leg hut, go stand right by the barbecue pit and get you a bag full of smoke because you're going to need it coming over here playing with this pit bull. So I'm just letting y'all know today I was able to go make the trip up to HISD and officially put my name on the ballot. I want to thank my brother Brad Jordan. He made a donation today. Just a good brother, man. He's been not feeling well the last few days. And I always call him to check on him, not to get a donation or nothing like that. Just call to check on my people, man. And he's doing better today. And I want to thank him for what he did today. And thank all of y'all that donated to my campaign. Because it ain't my campaign, it's our campaign. And I was able to go in today and I wanted to film this because I'm making a documentary. You know, I learned all my words from the same dictionary that Mary J. Blige got hers out of. You know, I'm making a documentary. You know, she don't say secretary, she say secretarial. So, you know, I got the same education Mary J. got. But I want to welcome my man Aubrey Taylor back to the building. And tonight we're going to go over a few things for y'all. We're going to peel this layer back on the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats in Harris County. And the first thing I want to start with, Aubrey, is there's a myth that is out there that the Republicans and the white folk done paid us, me and you, to go after black Democrats in Harris County. What you got to say about that? Because I got a mouthful.
That is absolutely. I mean, that's ridiculous, dude. I mean, I've been in business a bunch of years. Most people in Harris County who've seen my publications or my election guides over the years understand that I have a bipartisan publication. My publication is nonpartisan, meaning I do business with both sides of the aisle. Nobody's putting me up to do anything. The problem that I have here is that I have clients who are and other individuals who aren't my clients, who aren't getting fair shakes in elections, man. And that needs to stop. That needs to stop.
Well, I want to say this because I don't know where these people getting their information from. And it's coming from these so-called black leaders. These black leaders. Gary Monroe does not take money from anybody to go after anybody. You see a shirt I got on Black Wall Street. I'm unapologetically black. Let's get that out there. I'm unapologetically black. So I don't need a white person, an Asian, or a Latino to make me go after anybody black. Matter of fact, I think I've proven, maybe not in business as long as you, Aubrey, but I've proven for the 9 years that I have been in business that I go after everybody. First principal I ever got, Jason Ketchens at Westbury. This was a white guy. He was friends with the superintendent at the time, Terry Greer. I did not care. The second principal I got was from my old high school, Jackie A. Senior High School. So this thing where y'all think every time an issue comes up with a black elected official or a black leader in our community, that some white folk then put us up to it, you a lie. You a lie. Are you more concerned with the fact that we're exposing stuff? Or are you more concerned with the fact that these people may be in violation of state and federal law? They're raping the neighborhood. No, you don't have a problem with that. As long as they can rape the neighborhood, take from us, line their pockets, and we just take pictures with them, we should be good with it, right? Not in my world. So if that's the lie you want to run around and tell, and I ain't said your name, but I can. If that's the lie you want to run around and tell, Pastor Max Miller, me and you cool. Don't lie on me no more. Don't lie on me no more, dude. You might want to stay over there in that church, and I'm going to give you some advice, and I think you want to take this advice, Pastor Miller, because we ain't never had a running. You need to stay real close to God. Stay close to God, my brother. Because the farther you get away from God, the closer you're going to be to the penitentiary playing with me. So bottom line, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, I'm going to give you the business if you ain't right. If you messing over my community, and you know what I don't see a lot, Aubrey, maybe I'm wrong. I don't see a lot of Republicans messing over my community. I see a lot of black Democrats messing over my community. So why you got a problem with us exposing it? Why is it, does that ladder tend to keep going up? We might hit the upper room if we keep digging. Because some of y'all ain't got a shot in hell of ever making it to heaven with some of the things that y'all done did to people. Y'all ain't got a shot in hell to make it to heaven with some of the things that we know about some of you people. And that includes some of you judges, some of you people in city government, some of you people in state government that represent Harris County, city of Houston, black, white, Republican, everybody. You corrupt, we're going to expose you. So stop telling that lie that the white man and the Republicans got us coming after some of you people. Now, tonight we're going to talk about an organization. And in that conversation, I want you to tell me where the white man was doing this. Tell me if it's the white man that was doing some of these things. Now, we're going to talk about the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County. From what I gather, I don't know if this organization is legal or illegal. I know they ain't been doing legal business. Now, see, if we don't like Democrats, tonight's show is dedicated to all you hard-working Democratic politicians that then gave money to these crooks. So now we're trying to save you the headache of giving more money to these crooks. Because I got a strange feeling, Aubrey, all this money done been spent either at the gambling shack, in the hood, the LeBird Casino, or they been out buying kitty cat with it. But it definitely ain't went towards no campaigns. Tell me what you found this time, my friend.
Man, look, these guys here are on something serious, man. in 2020, your district attorney, Kim Ogg, gave them $3,000 for some type of Go TV sort of outreach campaign. Dude, I think it was on 2/20/2020. I just looked over this today, so I don't have any notes in front of me. So when you look at that particular situation and you understand what we talked about the last time and the blog post that I've released, what we have here is a situation where this sitting district attorney gave these guys $3,000.
Hold on. Is that the document right there that proves it?
That's the document.
That's the document that proves District Attorney Kim Ogg gave this organization $3,000.
So now here's the problem with that. The problem with that $3,000 at the time that she gave it to them, the organization was inactive, dude. They've been inactive since prior to 2015. So they should not have been collecting any money. They should not have been signing up any new members. They should not have been doing any endorsements. None of that business. Let's just make sure we clarify for the people that the district attorney did nothing unethical, illegal by giving these people the $3,000. She didn't do anything wrong. No.
Okay.
No, she did nothing wrong. I guess she was trying to help the organization and what they have to offer. The problem with that, though, is that we don't see any corresponding campaign finance reports on their part that logs that money, that $3,000.
Well, hold on, man. I'm confused. I'm like the people out there right now. So where did you get this document from? Did that come from their campaign finance treasury or from the DA's campaign finance treasury?
That's from Kim Ogg's, the DA's.
So that's from Kim Ogg. So what you're saying is if Kim puts this in her official documents and say, I gave you $3,000, then we should be able to look at their campaign finance treasury report and see this $3,000. Am I correct?
And we're supposed to be able to see it, yes.
So when you went through your investigation, did you find the $3,000 in the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County Treasury report?
No, we find no report, period. No reports, period. None.
They don't, excuse my French, y'all, they done fuck with the church's money. So the money ain't showing up on the Harris County Black Democrat side?
But Harris, yeah. Not only is the money not showing up, none of the money from any of the candidates who I know that gave them money, some being my clients, I'm not seeing any of that at this juncture. No.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Y'all people follow me now. If y'all got questions, y'all ask the questions, and then we'll answer the questions. So you can't see any money that anybody gave, but we know they gave them. I was there one night. I saw people give money. Where the money going? Did it go to the bank or where the money going?
Well, what I'm saying is a multitude of different addresses. One being Terrence Shank's house, based on, I think you may have that, based on his voter record. There's several payments, I guess, that have been mailed to his address that he has on his voter registration card.
Well, I'm confused by that, because in an organization that has normally a president, vice president, secretary and treasurer, those are the four positions that you normally have in an organization. It's a violation of the bylaws and a conflict of interest for a president to handle any money. All of that should go through the treasurer. Am I correct?
That's what it's supposed to work.
So the question I'm going to ask you, do you find it strange that money was sent directly to the president's house?
Extremely strange, especially with other ancillary information that I have about situations where he may not have turned over all of the dues and things that he should have to the state party, to the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, not Harris County, the governing body.
Nickel. So this nickel is really playing with the money. Now this is what y'all have to understand. Good politician Kim Ogg donates money to an organization that in all actuality should not be doing any monetary business She does the ethical and legal thing by logging it on her campaign finance treasury report. But now the money can't be found. We don't know if the money went to the president's house, the treasurer's house, whatever.
We do know something here. If you look at the bottom set of that you see highlighted there, that particular money went directly to the Democratic Party, directly to the Democratic Party's address off Lyons. I don't know if you can blow it up if you can see that. That went to the Democratic Party.
Let me see if I can get it a little bit bigger. Okay.
Yeah, you see that Lyons address?
Yeah.
Lyons Avenue in Fifth Ward.
Hold on. That means we're commingling money. Am I correct? Because you're giving money to one organization who's running it through another organization.
Well, I'm not sure if it worked out. I'm not sure if it worked out that way, Gary. Maybe they had some type of office inside that building. Maybe they have some type of PO box inside. I mean, something like that. Maybe the check went, because it say here the payee's name is the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County. So the check was definitely made out to them. Maybe, you know, the party got the check and turned it over to them. I'm not sure. But the problem here is gets to be a lot larger than perhaps maybe even a campaign violation, finance violation on their part. If you look there in the lower right-hand corner, that says voter contact and Go TV program. So if the $3,000 was given to them for that specific purpose, what we should also see on a campaign finance report is who got paid to provide that particular service. If that particular service was not provided, then what you have is a situation where, and again, I'm not trying to play attorney here, but you've got a situation where you may be looking at a situation where she was defrauded out of her money. That's what you may be looking at.
Well, you know, I'm asking some questions just so that you can clarify it the right way so that people can clearly understand what's going on. All right. So that's the address that they use there, 4,900 lines, right?
Yes.
So let's go back and let's look at something else. Let me see. This is another candidate that gave money. Am I right? Can you see that?
You move it down a little bit. I got something in the way. Can you blow it up a little bit larger? I can't. Yes, that's Jane Robinson. That's also she was running for one of the appellate positions and lost. That's a Caucasian white. That's a Caucasian female.
And she gave $250. It was a donation.
It was just a straight donation.
And this donation doesn't show up either. Am I correct?
No. And it was also sent to the Lyons address.
Okay. So now they're still giving money to this organization, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. And if this person here is Julia Maldonado.
Yeah, Judge.
Okay, Judge Julia Maldonado. And if I'm correct, according to the Texas Ethics Commission, the only Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, the way this is written, would be the state level. Am I right? Because normally Harris County they'll put Harris County behind it, right?
Exactly.
But this money supposedly going to the same organization, right?
Well, yes.
Is going to 911 KAES of 610 apartment 1623. So now I'm confused because you got money going to the same organization, different addresses, but this is what I find strange. Let me blow this up for y'all. It says 2021 membership dues, right?
Exactly.
And it says $50. Am I correct?
Yes.
But according to a conversation we had today, the dues should only be $30. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
$30. So you charge them $50. You charge me $50. When people put pressure on them, they say, well, no, it's $40. But then when you have candidates come into the room, African American, white, whoever. Like 2 weeks ago, you charged judges $100. So now you got 3 different amounts for membership dues, and it's going to a different address.
I bet you can't guess what that address goes to. Who's at the end of that address?
Where does go to?
Yeah, that's Terrence Shanks.
The president?
That's the president.
Shanks look like he got a little Trump in him. So you telling me that this money right here was sent directly to Terrence Shanks? Well, no, this is the address they use for the organization. For an organization that doesn't realistically, that should not be doing business. Well, but now you have a whole different address on it.
Yeah, but what you have here, though, the problem here is that that's the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. Terrence is the president of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County. Those are 2 totally separate, those are 2 different things. Why is Terrence getting a check for the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats? That's the question here.
That's the state
president. He's the president. That's the state level right there that you're looking at. It's not the Harris County level.
Based on some investigative information that you obtained, so say Miss Maldonado, Judge Maldonado, paid her 2021 dues, and it should have went to the state level. Are we getting information that says that maybe these people money is not even making it to the state level?
Yes, I got a tip today to that effect. Yes.
Is that a big problem with the state of Texas?
It should be.
Wow. All right. Well, let me dip over here to the next document. Now it's turned sideways. This is still Julia. It's just turned sideways.
Yeah, but that's another report. That's what she's giving them more money. I think that's a different one. Look at the dates on it. If you
okay, so let's make it bigger. Okay. So this is $20, right?
Yes.
And the date, I'm trying to find the date because it's sideways, y'all. Y'all bear with me. Okay, let me put
see, that's 19. The other one is 2021.
Okay. Okay, so you're right. But it's still going to Shanks' address. He's still using his address as the principal address for the organization.
Yes.
Okay. So now we need to make sure, Aubrey, are you sure you know what you're talking about, man? Because let's go up in here. Because can we verify Mr. Shanks' address?
You got it right there.
Oh, hold on. Let's blow this up. This is his voter registration, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I be damn, Aubrey. That is his address. That is his address.
That's it.
That is his address. Boy, I'm gonna tell you, you better than Columbo. You better than Columbo over there, brother.
These guys playing games out here, man. Got time for no games with these guys.
Okay, so this is another person. This is Julia, another donation of $50 that went to the address of the president of the organization, who's right now has a conflict of interest, putting his address on there. Because you know what I know? I'm gonna come back. You know what I know about banking is that I was married to a bank manager in a former marriage for about 12 years. And your addresses need to match up. You see what I'm saying? And especially if you're dealing with the state level on documentation, normally they'll tell you if your address changed, you got to fill out a new form, put the new address on there, just like with your voter's registration. If your address changed, you got to do a new one. So why is this not being changed, but yet people are upset that we're exposing it? Now, I want to ask y'all, because I'm going to ask y'all throughout the show, is it anywhere in here where the white man is doing this, is making us put all this information together. I guess the white man told him to put the wrong addresses on the paperwork for his organization, or maybe some Republicans. But it ain't nobody but that knuckle that's doing this. So let's go to the next document, y'all. Let me get the document back up so we can show y'all. Now, that's two different addresses. All right, so now we come here. This is another candidate, if I'm correct. Okay, this is another candidate. $200. President's address, Terrence Shanks.
Well, no, yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah, and this is a sponsorship for a state convention. Now, what y'all have to remember, and Aubrey, if I get this wrong, correct me. None of this money is showing up in their treasury reports.
Yeah.
Maybe the white man stole it, Aubrey.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Gary?
Yeah, maybe some Republicans stole it, Aubrey.
Listen, Gary, there are no reports, dude. They were inactive at the time. They did not fill out any reports and send them in to the Texas Ethics Commission. There aren't any. It's been a defunct organization, inactive, supposedly inactive since at least 2015.
Now, this document that I got up right now, this is from a judge that I definitely supported, Ravi Sandil. Definitely supported. So $200, gave it in good faith, sponsorship for the state convention, money nowhere to be found.
Well, okay. I don't know. You got to hold on, Garrett. Now that is, again, that's at the state level. So as far as I know, at the state level, there's not that. We're talking about the Texas Coalition, Black Democrats, Harris County. Now that was mailed to directly to Shanks. That's why I see the problem there. Not necessarily.
Well, here's the problem with that. He is not the treasurer on the state level.
No, that's the problem I see there.
Okay, so let's go to the next document, y'all. Let's go. Now, this one's turned a little sideways. I couldn't fix it. And this is from Judge Maldonado again. And this is another $50. This was in 18. And this went to the state level, should have gone to state level also. Yeah. Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and that was for her membership dues again. Again, this lady is faithfully giving them money and have no clue that they shouldn't even be collecting money. Okay, so now let's go here. That's her again. Now let's get to this. Okay, let me get it a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna pull it down. Okay, Jim Sharp, the Honorable Jim Sharp. On 2/7/2020. All right. Am I right?
Yeah.
He paid $250 to the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County chapter. But Aubrey, there's another address.
Man, I don't
8918 Bissonnet, apartment 108, Houston, Texas, 77094. So even in the year 2020, you have money that's going out to this organization, but to multiple addresses.
That one, we have no idea. We're still trying to figure out who was at that particular address at that particular time. We're gonna figure it out, but that one baffles me right there.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next one. Let's see what is this one. This is Harvey Grant, right?
Yes.
Well, hold on a second. So this is in.
He was also running for judge. That's going to be 2020. I remember the name.
But we just had one from 2020 going to Bissonnet, and now this one is 500, and it's going to 4619 Lowndes Avenue.
That's the Democratic Party headquarters.
But this, when he gave the 500, they shouldn't have been collecting money. Am I correct?
They should not have been collecting any money, dude. None.
Okay.
Zero.
Let's go to the next one. Okay. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. I'm getting there. This is from Jane Robinson, $250. And this is on 1/8/2020. Same thing, sent to the Lowndes Avenue address.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Can I say something, Gary?
Sure.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing about this. Do you see these individuals are not black? Have you noticed that? These are all white and other individual Caucasian individuals and Hispanic who's falling for this.
So what you telling me, it looks like a black political PAC organization allegedly may be targeting whites, Latinos, and other ethnicities and taking their money illegally.
That's what it looks like to me, man. That's what it looks like. That's what the documents show. You believe your eyes. You're looking at the documents. That's what the documents show, dude. That's what they show.
Wow.
That's what you're looking at.
Let's go over here. Let's look at this one. All right. We still going, y'all. This is Miss Maldonado again with another $50 donation. And this one goes to Mr. Skanks's address. Same thing. Membership dues 2021. Okay, so let's go. Hold on. Let me go back. Bear with me. I want to make sure we got the right thing. Okay, so that's it. So now we basically shown you that you have money from the same years, some of them the same years, going to different addresses for the same organization that was not on file with the Texas Ethics Commission. Now, all of these people that we just brought up are Democrats, am I correct? Regardless of
they're all Democrats.
So what are we doing right now is we trying to save them from giving money to this organization, again, knowing full well that they don't do anything with the money. So do you know of anything that the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, Harris County, has done for any of the politicians? And that's just a handful, y'all. It's far more than that. Yeah. But any of the politicians that have given money, do they pass out push cards? Do they supply poll workers for these people? Do they phone bank? What exactly do they do?
Well, they issue endorsements, and in many cases, these individuals are supporting this organization. I mean, sometimes they end up with the endorsements, sometimes they don't. But the problem here is that if there's any service that was provided, that service needs to be logged, dude. If they bought push cards, they had to pay a printer to print those push cards. If individuals went out and canvassed neighborhoods and passed out those push cards, or if they did it at the polling places, those individuals should have been paid for doing that. We should be able to go and look and see who they paid, when they paid them. We see none of that. None of it, dude. None of it.
Now, Diana,
even if they did not pay an offset printer, but they have a big Xerox printer or something sitting in a warehouse somewhere. They still have to buy paper. We should be able to see Office Depot or wherever they went to buy the paper. We should see paper logs of that. If they're printing up a whole bunch of endorsement slates like they claim to do, we should also see not only where they bought paper, but where they bought toner. And sooner, if you print so many, you're going to run out of toner. So we should see where they paid for toner cartridges. We see none of that, man. None of it.
Okay, so Diana Martin says, I should have known they wasn't doing shit for the Black community. And I'll say it a different way. They ain't did a goddamn thing. Nothing. Dollar bill style. Nothing for the Black community. So can you tell me why some influential Democrats are upset that we're exposing this when we're saving their people from being defrauded? What in your brain makes you think would upset them about this?
Well, because when you're doing investigations, whether you're doing it as an investigative reporter or, I mean, you're doing it as a private investigator, what you're doing is you're looking for tentacles. You're looking for connectors to the different individuals that you're taking a look at. And in my case, what I'm doing is I'm going from one room to the other. So picture it as though I'm going through a building and I'm going and opening up doors. You know, there's not going to be anything in some rooms once you look into the door. In some others, you're going to see some folks in there doing some stuff. So what we do then is I'll go into the room, try and determine who's all in the room per se, meaning who's all connected with that particular faction or that particular portion of the investigation. And then I begin calling those individuals out. And rather than them saying, hey, you know, I did this or I did that, what they're trying to do is use a ploy, right? A ploy to discredit me and to focus on me rather than, you know, either just answering the questions or refuting the facts. And if you look here and if you look at any of my reports, I try to provide as much ancillary information as I can to help folks to make a quality decision for themselves. Now, what you have here, man, is you've got a situation where there's going to be a lot of folks involved in this, man. So there's going to be a lot of collateral damage here once you really start pulling the onion back, man. And I would caution the African-American community to basically hold tight, to sit back and not get into this fight, to allow us to do our thing, allow us to get through these investigations and allow us to ferret out some of this stuff that's going on and these political entrepreneurs and their cronies and the so-called black leaders or black politicians that's supposed to have our best interests in mind. I can't hear you.
Let's take a trip down I-45 for a second. I got a call the other night from a prominent African-American politician from Dallas, Texas, in regards to all this that has been reported. And they told me that they were being squeezed for $100 for membership for the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats of Dallas. Tell the people why that's a problem.
Well, one, as a former strong arm. Two, there was a meeting that took place right here in Harris County. What was it, about a week ago? I think on the 6th, I believe, where Mr. Shanks, from what I understand, inside that meeting, told individuals something to the effect of, and again, this is what I've been told or that I got from a tipster, that they couldn't leave unless they paid the $100, something to that effect. They needed to pay the $100 to the organization. Now, here's what they're doing. Candidates want to win elections, man. You know, these sitting judges, most of this they can't speak to. So what they're doing is they're relying on the individuals who have their ear, the individuals who's able to reach them. And because of this organization has black in the title and in the name of it, these particular candidates, man, who's running for re-election, who's trying to do the wrong thing, are basically being muscled is what's happening. You know, you may not think $100 not, but say for some of these candidates, not all of these candidates have the types of money. Say someone like Ravi K. Sandia. Ravi has more money in his coffers than any, well, Judge Sandia. He has more money in his coffers than any other candidate, you know, on the judicial side. He has, the last time I looked, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of, it's going to be probably at this point between 400 and 500,000. When you start coming down the line, man, some of these, say, family court judges only have about 13,000 or so, man. Out of that money that they have a fiduciary responsibility to their campaigns to spend that money wisely. So they're having to make decisions between whether or not they support people like me, whether or not they support people like you, whether or not they have individuals to do their push cards for them. And when you have these people who come and claim to provide all of these services and get in their ear, and they don't provide the service to these particular, you know, candidates, in many cases, judges, they're the most vulnerable ones. You got a serious problem here, man. And again, on top of that, they're strong arming them. They're strong arming them, man. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
I get that. I think the people get it. But Aubrey, we're in the car now. We're in the car.
Okay. Okay.
We're on I-45 North.
Yeah.
We about to hit the Dallas County line. I see the big building with the big old ball on it. What the hell is going on in Dallas with the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats? They just had a meeting last week where they tried to squeeze candidates for $100. What is the problem with the Dallas chapter, Aubrey?
Man, that chapter has been defunct, man, since like 2011, dude. Man, it's dissolved. Dude, they shouldn't. That chapter is dissolved. I'm not talking about inactive. I can't hear. I'm not talking about inactive. I said dissolve, dude. Dissolve. I can't hear you.
You telling me for 10 years, this chapter doesn't even exist, and they just tried to get money last week?
Doesn't even exist, dude. Dissolved. It's gone. Bye-bye.
You think the Republicans is the ones taking the money?
Come on, Gary, man. The Republicans have nothing to do with this crap, dude. Nothing.
Have any of y'all
been nothing to do with this? Nothing.
Have any of y'all been to South Dallas lately? Can y'all tell me what the murder rate is? Now, I'm not finna blame the murder rate on certain politicians. I'm not gonna do that. Now, what I'm gonna say is this: whether you're black, white, Latino, Republican, or Democrat, you don't deserve to have your money stolen. So you telling me this organization has been dissolved for 10 years in Dallas, Texas, and these people been giving money to these people for 10 years?
Yeah, something like that, man.
Which one of you DAs got enough balls to go after them? In Dallas, Houston, whatever. These people should be under the jailhouse. Under the jailhouse. Now, if any one of y'all out there that ain't got nothing to do with this want to stick your nose in my business or stick your nose in Aubrey business, you get your ass dog walk too. Because all we got to do is dig off in your business. Your money ain't right either. So stay up out of this. This ain't your business. Stay up out of this. So good candidates from Dallas have been defrauded for the last 10 years.
I don't know what you want me to say, man. There it is.
I want you to say that the white man did it.
Man, you can't say that. You can't say that, dude.
But these are the people.
Absolutely nothing to do with this.
They have nothing to do with it.
Zero, nothing. So
from this point, I think you look a little dapper over there. You look dapper. But I wish you had a white beard right now with a red suit on. Because it's time for us to deliver some gifts. Some gifts. We know the DAs can't really jump off in this shit because a lot of them business ain't straight. But they still got their money stolen from them. You want to deliver this gift or can I deliver it?
You can have at it, man. I've got some bigger stuff to do. I've got some other stuff.
I'm gonna deliver this gift for y'all right now. Texas Coalition of Black Democrats statewide, as well as Harris County, as well as Dallas. And I can't say Dallas. Well, we got to because somebody down there running an organization that's been dissolved. We delivered some gifts for y'all. It's called the Texas Ethics Commission, and the complaints are already gone. Somebody finna go to jail. Don't drop the soap. That's all I can tell you. Because if you drop the soap, it's gonna be that big. Don't drop the soap.
Yeah.
Y'all are doing too much, dog. Y'all sloppy. Oh man, they sloppy.
Yeah.
They are just. Go ahead, Aubrey.
Yeah, this is going to get very, very, very interesting. If you look at the way that the state has come down on some other individuals, look at what happened to Judge Smooch Thomas, here in Harris County. Man, this is going to be very, very, very ugly. And there's no telling what kind of charges and stuff that's going to come from this once we get to it. It's going to take maybe about 2 weeks to get an answer back on what we've already filed. But it's pretty cut and dry, man. As soon as they look at some of the stuff that we provided here, it's going to be clear that Terrence Shanks lied last week straight through his man. This dude lied straight through his teeth, dude. When he claimed that they were doing that they were in good standing and doing business as the African American Caucus. Well, I pulled the reports of the African American Caucus, and there's no trace of the Texas Coalition or Terrence Shanks on those reports. Very short report. That organization is still showing the 2,000 that they showed cash on hand from the last report. None of the stuff that we talked about tonight is on that report. We've screenshotted and have his admission that that's what they were doing. That was a complete lie. We showed last week several judges and other individuals, including a former city council member, Amanda Edwards, in that meeting. Judges, the only Black judge that I was able to identify in the crowd from the photos that we pulled was Judge Linda Dunson. You have a Hispanic judge by the name of Raul Rodriguez, another judge, Caucasian judge, male, by the name of Brian Warren, who was in that meeting, an illegal meeting being held by these individuals. I'm sure that because of the timing of it, those particular donations that those judges, I'm sure, made on that particular night won't show up until the next report. So we're having to run with what we have right now. But what we have right now is really compelling, dude. Really, really compelling. I'm sure that, I can't say with 100% certainty, but once they look into the financial aspects of this, you can be sure that it's probably going to go on to the Attorney General's office, because what you have here is you've got people across these organizations working in concert with one another. When you have that particular sort of thing starting to happen, and you got multiple individuals involved, you got to remember now that money that may have been sent to the state level, the question becomes whether or not that money was sent by wire. You got a whole nother issue there, because if that money was wired in any way, transferred through banks or anything like that, you got a whole nother issue then that gets us over into another realm. Can't hear you.
You're possibly looking at potential wire fraud. Am I correct?
Well, I'm not. I'm just throwing some things out there that people need to carefully think about as this thing progresses. And again, you just think about it. The question becomes, you got to ask yourself whether you're a reporter or whether you're just a citizen who's thinking about this. The question becomes, it's very, very important. How was the money delivered? How's the money being delivered from Texas Coalition, Black Democrats, Harris County to the state level, and that kind of thing. And once that's ferreted out, dudes, you're gonna have some stuff, man, that people are going to need to sit back. And I wouldn't even say get popcorn on this, because this is going to be a very, very serious situation once we get there.
Okay, well, let me go here. So, Mr. Shanks, so that you can understand, under federal law, the crime of wire fraud is a Class C felony, punishable by up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and $250,000 in fines. Additionally, complete restitution will be ordered, and any property obtained from the proceeds of the offense will be confiscated. All this behind one woman, huh? One woman. Never know what's going to open Pandora's box. Well, I want to switch gears for a minute, man, because we want to educate the people. Like I said today, I went and filed to officially be on the ballot for the school board. I got to see some people I hadn't seen in almost 2 years. Some good officers in there, shot, just hanging out with my people, man. Especially my little homeboy that be riding around with the superintendent. I told him I'm gonna fight when I win. I'm gonna fight to give the officers better, more money. And I pointed at 2 officers. He said, "Well, what about me?" I said, "Man, you got plenty of money, man. You ride around with the superintendent, man." But got to see them, went in there and did my thing. Can you give these people a look inside of what a chief strategist, especially for Gary Monroe, will be looking at when it's time for us to run? Because we want to let y'all know something, because I know some of y'all mad and you're going to try to put people in my race. But I don't think you got enough money to get in my race right now. Because I'm telling you, you're going to spend a pretty penny to try to beat me. You're going to have to spend a bunch of money. So what you think of?
Man, I specialize in winning races like this. The thing that we've got to ferret out is make certain that they're not able to, or any opponents, it doesn't matter how many they throw in there. I'd like to see a straight up race between you and the woman that's sitting there. But, if multiple candidates are thrown into the race, then what we have is a situation where we got 2 bites at the apple. I think with me on your side, what we're going to do, and not to give away too much, but we're basically going to break down those 37 precincts into what you call battleground precincts, meaning I'm going to run my portion as though we're running a presidential campaign over 50 states. Each particular precinct is going to be a state, so to speak. So we're going to run up the numbers in areas, because if you look at the past election where you got beat by Wanda Adams and Carla Brown in the race, some of those places where they beat you, they maybe have gotten, I think in one case I saw where Wanda got something like 200 votes. But the problem with this is that elections are a numbers game. So the places where she maybe got 148, 200 votes, those particular areas had, say, 2,800, 3,000 voters. So she only got a small fraction of the actual voters to turn out. So what's going to happen here is anybody who's trying to run against you. So say, for instance, if I decided to, just saying if I decided to, we raised enough money and I decided that what I'm going to do is 2 passes of 30,000, right? So you've got almost 90,000 voters. You slow me down if I'm talking too fast, if you guys can understand me. So say you got, there's almost 90,000 voters there. Only about 8,000 of those voters turned out in that race, the last one that you were in. I've already looked at the numbers. I've combed the canvas reports. So say if I go over, we endorse you, which is what's going to happen here. We're not going to take money from any other candidate in this race. I want a straight up race with you against whoever they throw in the race. But if I decide to, and the numbers will be based on how many candidates they put up against you. So say, for instance, if you've got, if it's a straight up race between you and this young lady who holds the seat, somebody like me, what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll do 2 passes of 30,000 publications in that district. 30,000. You hear me? I said 30,000, 30,000, 2 passes of 30,000 going into early voting. We do that looking at what the turnout numbers normally are. That would give us, you multiply that times 3. You understand what I'm saying? In some of the homes, you got husband and wife teams. They're voting 3. Well, my guy's going out knocking on doors. Man, you're talking about a 80%. It's not even going to be close. To even come up with something that matches what I'll do in the campaign that I'll help you run, she would probably need somewhere in the neighborhood of $150,000 to $200,000 to even be competitive. It's not going to, man, she might as well save her money, not run for the seat. On top of that, what's going to happen is, say the competing groups, the people who we know that's involved in the absentee ballot harvesting in that kind of situation. Say they start to play ball. Say they bring Dallas Jones. They bring Dallas Jones or somebody over and they say, we're going to just cut them up, man, and eat them up. And spit them out, dude. They're not going to be able to play ball in this race. I'm also going to turn my investigators loose we're going to have surveillance on the people who play ball like that. At the end of the day, there's a situation that they use where they collect the absentee ballot harvesters. And again, I hope I'm not giving away too much, man, but I want to be real clear here. where they, go out and put the dream team out to work. They collect their ballots. They look at the daily returns. There's a process that I've developed going forward, that we talked about in that private meeting that we had over at Austin prior to this legislation and stuff. And you know what I'm talking about, right? So we're going to be able to ferret out all of that stuff in real time. So meaning once the vote, what you're going to have different than what you had before is once the first day of early voting hits, my team is going to be looking at what the turnout numbers are. Once we're looking at the turnout numbers we're buffering those numbers up against the absentee ballots that's coming in. If anything looks irregular with the new laws, I'll be able to alert the proper authorities that there's something nefarious going on, and we'll be able to ferret that out as well. So here's what I would say. Man, they need to save their money, dude. Don't even waste your money. Run for another seat, or wait and sign up on December 13th and run for something in the Democratic primary or something. Because this race right here, man, is going to be over before it gets started. That's if they're not stupid enough to try and cheat. If they try and cheat, I just explained a few ways that we're going to ferret that stuff out. So, man, look, man, I would tell the Dallas Joneses of the world and everything else, man, don't screw with my boy's race. Don't mess with it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Take the hell, y'all. Take the hell, y'all. We ready. We locked. We loaded. We ready. And nobody should have a problem with me sitting on the school board. Let's say this. Let me say this. For 9 years, I've left it on the floor for the kids, black, white, whatever. And you know what's so crazy? That for anybody at this point, the way our educational system is in Houston, to fight me in any manner would just be ludicrous. Knowing that we have not done right by any of these children, not just black, white, Latino, Asian, Indian, they've not done right by any of these children. And now you convinced me to get back in, and you can look for somebody to try to throw somebody in there, but it doesn't matter because it's my time. And I'm not trying to get to the school board so I can placate. I'm not trying to get to the school board because I want to take pictures. I want to get to the school board to make a difference for children. Our children are our future. And they have to be, because we're getting old. You know what I'm saying? Look at your boy, man. I'm getting old. I need these youngsters to look out for an old man once I get to the point I can't take care of myself. But we got to put them in a position where they can do that. Yeah. So, from a chief strategist standpoint, you got anything else you want to say to him?
That's what I want to say.
What you did tell him, though, is if you try to cheat, he got some things already in place that's going to get your ass locked up. But go ahead, Arthur.
Yeah. So what we have going on here, man, is the problem that we have here, man, is that we're allowing our politicians to stay in office too long. So we're spending and we're losing all of our young talent, man, who are having to placate to these individuals and kiss rings and went stand in line, dude. And we don't have a farm system set up. They have these insulary groups or what I call tribes out here. They've got a farm system set up to where they're getting their folks positioned and they're taking out other individuals, but they're allowing their folks at the top to stay in office too long. And we've got to do something. We got to do something about that.
I think you need to block off some time on Monday nights. Come hang out with me on the War Zone, and let's talk Monroe for the school board. Let's talk it, and let's get the people up to speed. So I need you to reach out, each one of y'all, to y'all white brothers and sisters, y'all Latino brothers and sisters, your Asian brothers and sisters, your Indian brothers and sisters, the black brothers and sisters, and tell them the real deal and showed up, man. The real deal and showed up, man. Ain't no more faking. Ain't no more playing politics. It's time for us to get in the building and take care of the kids. And I will say this here. If they think it's a game, man, I walked in that building today and I was in awe because I had police officers, man, we need you to win. I had administrators. We need you to win. Couple of teachers, man. We on your team, Monroe. We need you to win, man. You know what that make me feel like? That make me feel on the days that I'm tired and I'm burnt out. I got a reason to keep going, man. I got to energize myself. I got a reason to keep going. So y'all gonna see me all through the hood on the golf cart. I might be on the back of a truck. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna be. But you can best believe I'm gonna lose a few pounds in that heat, and I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna talk to these people. And you really have to fix the educational component, because when your educational component is messed up, your crime rate is gonna keep going up. Somebody has to give a damn. Somebody has to give a damn. If you don't mind, Aubrey, we're going to give them a taste of what the flyest candidate in the history of elections actually do. And we're going to come back in a second, y'all. Let's do it like this here, man.
Why should people vote for Gary Monroe?
Well, you know, he's been a fighter. I know fighters when I see him. Monroe's been fighting for these children, trying to make sure that they got the proper education they're supposed to have. He also fights for the teachers, make sure the teachers get the proper pay that they're supposed to get. So he got my vote, Monroe.
He's a compassionate man. He loves the community and he loves the kids.
He's going to give the teachers a raise, and that's what they rightly deserve.
I don't see nobody else fighting like he fighting.
And plus he's no sellout.
Because he's a five-star general.
Say, dog, they can't do it like this. They can't do it like this, man. 53 years old with ball.
And in case you boys ain't know, this Monroe in District 9 coming through that front door. And in case you boys ain't know, it's Monroe in District 9 coming through that front door. Sunnyside, man, we gotta make a man. Them boys in Horn Park, man, we gotta make a man. Say Westbury, baby, man, we gotta make a man. Monroe in District 9, and it's time to kick some ass.
Say, man, it's been 4 years, now it's 4 years later. And all I can say is it's 4 years wasted. The district on the BS, teachers ain't getting paid. Trustees is looking stupid with the things they say. District 9 up again, so I'm coming cutthroat.
Man, you know what it is,
So you know how it go.
the kids ain't learning, the schools ain't safe.
They shot a kid at Bel Air, and board members just saving face.
Everybody looking sideways.
Sideways.
That ain't the flyway.
Flyway.
Parents afraid to
Pull out the driveway.
virtual learning, nobody can't feel it. District 9's hurting bad, navigate the pandemic, but
Say we gon' win it this time.
go in the voting booth, big homie Monroe in District 9, and put me in the seat that I rightly deserve. I got beat 4 years ago,
And I continue to serve.
and in case you boys ain't know, it's Monroe in District 9 coming through that front door. And in case you boys ain't know, it's Monroe in District 9 coming through that front door.
Sunnyside, man, we gotta make a man.
Them boys in Horn Park,
Man, we gotta make a man.
say Westbury, baby.
Man, we gotta make a man.
Monroe in District 9.
And it's time to kick some ass. Say ain't no boys like them Sunnyside boys, cause them Westbury boys don't play. Okay,
Soon as I step up on the scene, you see that look in my eye. It's the OG, baby.
reppin' the South Side.
I'm on the real dog.
You know what it is.
9 years in the game,
Getting down for the kids.
I'm fighting for the programs.
Plus I give them the business.
How you do it like that, dog?
Cause these bastards wouldn't listen.
From lawsuits to Fed cases,
I did it all, dog.
And if the kids ain't good,
I'll get a phone call.
open your eyes, trustees is sitting high. With these underserved schools from the north to south side, we gotta fix special ed, gotta fix GT, and put the kids in the classroom
And not in the streets.
From the war zone, baby, we bringing the heat to the madhouse. Westbury, time to eat.
And
In case you boys ain't know,
it's Monroe in District 9 coming through that front door.
And in case you boys ain't know, it's Monroe in District 9 coming through that front door.
Sunnyside,
Man, we gotta make a man.
them boys in Horn Clark.
Man, we gotta make a man.
Say Westbury, baby.
Man, we gotta make a man. Monroe in District 9, and it's time to kick some ass.
K-Rito!
Check it, the school system been up to no good, especially if you're black or brown and you from the hood. Even when I was going to these below average schools, we was using the same books our granddaddies used. I got a call from Monroe, he said let's do a track and get up in their ass for trying to hold these students back. He scared the hell out of them, they hate him but still respect him. That's why my homie go viral every time he check them. How can they win if beneficial programs are missing? So he gon' take that position
And body slam the system.
robbing our children, man. It's almost like these fools looting, and our students ain't the ones
Doing them school shootings.
They set the hood up to fail, that's the bottom line. Cause in they eye, your child ain't nothing but a dollar sign. Monroe getting in that dough like I told ya. District 9 about to get a certified soldier.
In case you boys ain't know, it's Monroe in District 9 coming through that front door. And in case you boys ain't know, it's Monroe in District 9 coming through that front door. Sunnyside, man, we gotta make a man. Them boys in Holland Park, man, we gotta make a man. Say Westbury, baby, man, we gotta make a man. It's Monroe in District 9 and it's time to kick some ass.
Say, man, they can't do that, man.
That's tight, man. That's
They
tight.
can't do nothing like that, man. And I'm gonna tell you what I did today. I called my man Brad Jordan, and I told him, I said, I gotta shoot another video. I might shoot 2 of them because I called PSK 13. He on deck, but I called Brad, and I said I want to use that Mr. Scarface beat, the first one. Yeah, we going to the hood on the next one, bro. We going to the hood on that one, bro. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. We got to build Team Monroe. We need block walkers. We need phone bankers. Oh, I'm out of state. I can't help you. Yes, you can. You can phone bank right from your house for me. We're going to show you how you do it. And it's time to show these people you can keep your endorsements because you ain't doing nothing for the hood no way. You can get on board with a bold candidate that's going to get in there and do what they need to do. Finally, we found somebody that give a damn. And it's a little girl who loves my jersey. A little girl. This first time I ever heard this. I just want her mom to know that her jersey is being made. And you know what's so crazy? It's a 9-year-old little white girl from the West Side. They can't vote for me, but you know what? Since you love them 5-star jerseys, I got you one being made. I got you one being made, man. Because that's how I get on, man. So all of y'all out there thinking this finna be a cakewalk on me, you ain't gonna cheat me. You might as well go save up $150,000 because you're gonna need every penny. Get with them old rogue organizations that don't want to do nothing for these kids, nothing for these teachers, nothing for our schools, and waste your money. Because you're going to take the L in November. I promise you're going to take the L in November. It's not even going to be close. And for all of y'all out there that's thinking you're going to pop up in this race, you sure you want to debate me? Because if you ain't never advocated for our children standing at that podium, you can't advocate for them sitting behind that Diaz. That means you're going to work for somebody else if you get behind that Diaz. Your political interests, for your vendors, for all these people that benefit off our children. I don't want nothing. I want every child to have a fighting chance. So let's do this on Mondays, man. Every Monday we're going to come in, we're going to talk Monroe for District 9. We're going to talk Monroe for District 9. And I don't believe pressure bust pipes. I believe pressure create diamonds. And we're going to have a diamond-like party November 3rd, that Tuesday, when it's all said and done.
But can I say something else though, Gary?
Man,
So yeah, we can talk about that, but what you have to understand that, so you've got 2 things going on simultaneously. You've got your election that's coming up, but during this same period, running up to Monday, December 13th, you have the ballots getting ready to be set for the primaries next year. Now, those primaries are more than likely they're going to be pushed back because of redistricting and some, other stuff, but primarily because of redistricting. I'm thinking that they're probably not going to take place in March, but rather, possibly even as late as May. But I mean, don't take me on that right now. But what we've got to begin doing is talking about who some of the individuals are that's going to be on the ballots in the Democratic and Republican primaries, and we've got to determine who needs to continue or be given a contract extension, and who needs to get off benches and off of state rep positions and that kind of thing going forward. And it needs to happen simultaneously. So while we can spend most of the time talking about your race, we've got to also begin readying the individuals and have them prepared, because right after your election, those ballots are going to be set for 2020. So everybody's looking around at 2020. Go ahead.
So we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna break down a bunch of races.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll come on and we can do that.
And we're gonna tell the people who we think is the best person to vote for.
Yeah.
So guess what? And I don't know how you feel about it, but I know how I do. If you've been letting these criminals out on 7, 8, 9, 10 bonds, you probably gonna get your head tore off on this program. If you ain't been doing your job, you're gonna get your head tore off on this program. So I think you better start doing something. I think you better go do some work. Oh, and by the way, I don't have to make any promises, Aubrey, about what I'm gonna do when I get in office. Because if you look at the last 4 years, you ain't got a candidate in any race, judicial, anything, that has done more work for this community than Gary W. Monroe. None. And you know what's so crazy, my friend? I did the work and didn't even want to run. So I didn't do it to make myself look good. I just did the work. I just did the work. So I tell you this here, Al Davis was one of my favorite NFL owners, and he owned the Oakland Raiders for years. And Al loved it all black, and he was an outlaw. They say you an outlaw. They called me an outlaw. Well, goddamn it, Frank and Jesse James finna take over the game. It's finna be a new sheriff in town, HID. It's finna be a new sheriff in town, man. And all of y'all out there that got your panties in a bunch because you being exposed, you better stay out of my race unless you're trying to get a jail cell. Stay out of my race, man. I'm just telling you. Only thing I always do is I try to tell people about the storm before it comes. This ain't what you want. If I gotta lose, then let me lose fairly. If I win, I want to win fairly. That's all I'm asking. But brother, I appreciate you coming on. You enlighten these people again tonight. And you're starting to get in your comfort zone. You're starting to get in your comfort zone, man. And we're going to have a little fun on Monday night. But I'm going to tell you something. On Thursday nights, Big 50 had a funeral last week, but we talked yesterday. She ready to rock on Thursday nights. This first show finna be wild, because guess what we talking about?
What's that?
Entanglements. Entanglements. Y'all don't know who LaRonda Hicks is? American Gangster Trap Stars, Big 50. Gonna be in the building with me every Thursday night. And of course, my good friend on Wednesday nights, Chuck Mahler and Dirty Politics. You already know what it is over there. Yeah. So, I mean, y'all
doing a good job with that, man. Say,
man, I appreciate your help. And like I said, to all of y'all out there that have donated to the campaign, man, I love you to death. And when it's all said and done, then we'll be able to say we accomplished it together. And let's just go do the work. Team Monroe, you finna start seeing stuff on social media. We have to build a team. This is a part of what we have to do. And all the thing I tell people, we're gonna be a little hot. We're gonna be a little tired. I'm under your breath, because I know how I am when I work with people. I'm gonna be all kind of little fat muck. But November 3rd, about 8 o'clock that night, all the tiredness, all the frustration, all the hot, being hot, walking the neighborhood, it'll all play off. it'll all pay off. Let's show these people that you don't run everything. And it's time for y'all to sit down and let somebody get in office that want to do things for our community. And that should be that way in every single office. Because I know some good Democrats that bust their behinds. You know what I'm saying? I can say this in good faith, that me and Ron Reynolds, we ain't on the same side of the ball on politic issues all the time. But you know what? He's a hard-working son of a bitch. That's all I can tell people. He works his behind off. Democrat, love him to death. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can I say something about Ron?
Huh?
You hear me? Let me say something about Ron.
Say that.
Ron at this particular juncture, man, if you look at, I mean, you talk about the hard work. He is doing a lot of hard work. But Ron, I've been watching Ron for years. At one point, he was one of my biggest clients early on when I was in the game. And I'm going to tell you something, man. There was an election back a few years ago where Ron was facing Angelique Bartholomew in the Democratic primary over there in Fort Bend. And Ron barely escaped that race by about 200 votes, dude. If Ron was involved in absentee ballot harvesting and had the dream team working for him and all that, you would never see him in a race that close. I mean, look at these blowouts that we're seeing in races over here in Harris County. So Ron is a very good guy. I think that he's doing the best job that he can given the circumstances and what he's faced with.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite, and I got a new favorite because Ron's a Democrat. I got a new favorite from straight out of East Texas, State Representative James White, black man, Republican, hard-working brother, man.
Good,
you feel
good,
what I'm
good guy.
saying? Hard-working brother, man. So I got friends on both sides of the aisles, man. Ain't nobody finna come into my world and make me believe that it is what it is. You know, that you need to do this and this is the reason you need to do it. No, I do my research and I support who I want to support. And that's what it is. Ron is, like Errol say, Ron is visible in the community and he brings that visibility to community organizations. He say, I respect that to the highest. That's what you want, somebody that's going to get out there and do the work. They're going to get out there and do the work. I don't give a damn what nobody say about Harold Dutton. I rocks with Dutton. I rocks with Dutton. If y'all can rock with them crooks, I can rock with Dutton. But I bet you ain't got nothing to say about that, huh? Say something about Dutton. Watch me pull a rabbit out the hat on one of y'all. Watch me pull a rabbit out the hat on one of y'all. So, man, thank you so much for what you do on a daily. Keep writing, my friend, and keep telling the truth. That's all I can tell you. And you got a friend in Gary Monroe. So it is what it is, man. Say it's a reason why the war zone is the best in the business. I see the hate in your eyes. But guess what? When you start going into the community and doing the work, they'll label you a legend too. Why am I a legend? Well, that's what some good folk in Katie told me last night. The good white people, sure, they respect the work of the OG. For all of y'all out there, man, keep doing what you're doing. Stay safe. July 31st, good Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad, Calandria Simpson Kemp, Reginald Gordon, Gary Monroe, the whole team, Cash and Will, Erica Albert, Tamika Jones Motley. We gonna set the city on fire. Because we got a true plan that can stop violence in a heartbeat. Until tomorrow night, man, we'll holler at you.